Well, all right. Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here, and well, it's time for another track versus track video here in the world famous As It Should Be studios. And well, today, as I'm shooting this, probably not when this is going up because I'm putting this up on Monday, but today on Saturday, as I'm shooting this, it's Elton John's birthday. He turned 76 today, and I decided, you know, I was planning on making a video tonight, and I had other plans. I was going to do, actually, I will tell you, I was going to do another installment of the autographed albums series, and but I decided that actually I'd put that on hold for the next time because it's Elton John's birthday, and so I'm going to do I wanted to do an Elton John video, and I had, you know, doing an Elton John album ranking right now at this moment is going to be that's a task, and I'm going to be doing that. Jim, shout out to Jim. Don't worry, Elton John ranking is going to happen, and one of the biggest things that's holding me up on that is that I want to do an Elton John ranking the right way. I want to do it. I want to do the whole discography. I'm gonna have to go through all that later stuff that kind of 80s and 90s stuff that I wasn't there for. That I would have to listen to for the first time. It's gonna be a job, but I want to do it right. So when I do it, I'm gonna do it fully. All right. But so for now, I'm doing a track versus track, and what I'm going to do, as you probably see below in the title, I'm doing the greatest hits, the 1974 classic upon classic Elton John's greatest hits album, against the 1977, I think it's 77, greatest hits volume 2. And I have the first greatest hits back there, but I've never owned a volume 2 for some reason. When I was a kid, I really, really wanted volume 2. I used to look at it in the stores and just like long for it, but I never got it, and I didn't get it as a kid, and even when I grew up later and bought all the records that I wanted, I just never, for whatever reason, picked up a copy of that. But greatest hits, on the other hand, the first greatest hits, we're talking about formative years here for me. That is one of the most classic early albums of my life, and but there are some bangers on Volume 2, so we're going to see how this goes, because this is two 70s Elton John Greatest Hits collection, so, I mean, this is going to be treacherous, all right? Well, let's get started here. Let's get the tally sheet going. EJ Volume 1 versus EJ Volume 2. Okay. See how this goes. I predict some Sophie's choices here, but we'll see. Okay, so I have my list here. Okay, so track number 1 on Elton John's Greatest Hits Volume 1 is Your Song. I mean, right there, okay. And that goes up against track number 1 on Volume 2, The Bitch Is Back. Well, The Bitch Is Back versus Your Song. Well, I don't know why I'm hemming and hawing. These are both great, incredible Elton John singles that I've always loved. I loved when I was a kid. I love them now. But in the end, it's got to be Your Song. I've got to go with Your Song. I think there was probably a time when I might have chosen The Bitch Is Back, but now's not that time. I'm going with Your Song. Okay. And let me not forget to keep the tally here. Okay. Okay, so, all right, so track number 2 on Volume 1, Daniel. Oh, man, it's the opening track on Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. But it's track 2 on this Greatest Hits album, and that goes up against track number 2 on Volume 2, which is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Yeah, Elton John's cover of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. This is the first version of that song I've ever heard. That I ever heard. When I was a kid, when this was a radio hit, Elton John, that's the first I ever heard the song. I didn't hear the Beatles version until I was maybe like 11 or 12, because I didn't get Sgt. Pepper until then. And, yeah. Seriously, maybe I heard it before that. I know I probably heard it before that, but I definitely heard the Elton John version of Lucy in the Sky first. And don't tell anybody, this is a secret, but I think I might like Elton's better. Possibly. I don't know, maybe. Well, the thing is, yeah, I don't know, it's just, Elton's just really like, Anyway, so let's get on with what I'm choosing here, which is Daniel versus Lucy in the Sky. And you know what? Daniel. Yeah. I mean, I really love Elton's version of Lucy in the Sky, but it cannot compete with Daniel. All right, so we got 2 for volume 1, that is. We'll see how this goes. All right, so track number 3 on volume 1 is Honky Cat, and which is the opening track on Honky Chateau, which just yesterday, the big deluxe edition just came out of that. I'm trying to decide if I want to buy that or not. I kind of have a tab open on my computer on Amazon or whatever. I'm deciding. And do I want the vinyl? Do I want the CD? Do I want to buy it at all? The decision has yet to be made. I'll let you guys know. But anyway, so track number 3 on volume 2 is Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word. Oh man, yeah, I remember getting that 45. I remember getting the 45 of that when it was current. And yeah, I always loved that song. Ooh, Honky Cat. I might have to think about this for a second. No. Honky Cat. I mean, come on. Yeah. Okay. Maybe this is going to be a washout. Maybe volume 1 will just get the whole damn thing. Let's see. Okay, so track number 4 on volume 1. Oh, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Oh. Yeah, well, that goes up against track number 4 on volume 2, which is Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Well, that is easy as pie. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Goodbye Yellow Brick, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do love Don't Go Breaking My Heart, but it can't compare with Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Okay, so track number 5 on volume 1 is Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. And that goes up against track number 5 on volume 2, which is Someone Saved My Life Tonight. Someone saved my life tonight. Volume 2 is on the map. Yes, oh, yeah. Someone Saved My Life Tonight. Over Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Yeah, effortlessly. And I love Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Absolutely love it. But Someone Saved My Life Tonight? That one runs deep, so yeah. Volume 2 gets that. Okay, so Volume 1, track 6 for Volume 1 is Rocket Man. What's that going up against? Volume 2, track number 6, Philadelphia Freedom. Rocket Man. Oh, sorry, Volume 2. It's not looking good for you. Okay, so track number 7 on Volume 1 is Benny and the Jets. And that goes up against track number 7 on Volume 2, which is Island Girl. Right? Yes, that is correct. Sorry. Benny and the Jets. Volume 1 gets it again. Man, Volume 1 is wiping the floor with 2. Okay. I kind of, in a way, I guess I could have seen this coming, but okay. So track number 8 on Volume 1. Ooh, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. Ooh. Easily the best song, in my opinion, on the Caribou album, but that goes up against track number 8 on Volume 2, which is Grow Some Funk of Your Own. No contest. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. And you know what, man? Rock of the Westies is easily one of my very, very, very favorite Elton John albums. It's way better than Caribou, that's for sure. But, okay, so track number 9 on Volume 1. Border Song from the second album, from the self-titled second album. Border Song, what a great track. And that goes up against track number 9 on Volume 2. Leave On from Madman Across the Water. Ooh, well. This is actually a thinker here. But I must be prepared. Border Song versus Leave On. Ooh. Border Song. Volume 1 gets that. You know, I think This is just me maybe, but I think Tiny Dancer should have been on here instead of Grow Some Funk of Your Own. I know Grow Some Funk of Your Own was a single, but Tiny Dancer is a far bigger Elton John hit. Come on, let's be real. But either way, Border Song, I'll take that over Leave On. Okay, so the last track on Volume 1 is Crocodile Rock. That's track number 10. And that goes up against track number 10, last track on Volume 2, which is Pinball Wizard, the Who cover from the Tommy film. And, this is a little tough, too. Ooh. No, you know what? It's not tough. Volume 2 gets that. I'm giving that to Pinball Wizard. That's right. I'm giving that to Pinball Wizard. Crocodile Rock is a song that I really loved. You know, when I was a 4 or 5-year-old kid, first just devouring this Elton John's Greatest Hits album. Crocodile, I loved every song on this record, but Crocodile Rock was one of my favorites. That's one of the ones for me now that doesn't... I don't love it as much now as I used to. I mean, I like it fine, it's okay, but I just don't... I'm just not like, with that song like I used to be. And Pinball Wizard... Yeah, I think Pinball Wizard's better. Poisonally. But alright, so... Clearly Volume 1. Clearly Greatest Hits Volume 1 won. But let's see what we have here. I mean, Elton John Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Versus only 2 for Volume 2. So, yeah, I'm not really surprised that it was that much of a slaughter, but I figured there would at least be a couple of really, really, really hardcore decisions to make there. What are you going to do? All right, well, when it comes to 70s Elton John, I mean, in a way you can't really lose, because every song on Volume 2 that lost, I love. Every single one of those songs is a banger. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah. So there are no real losers here. Elton John, happy birthday, you are 70, not 1976, if only it was 1976. Elton John is 76. You know, yeah. Elton John is 76. Elton John in 76. Well, I take Elton John in 76, but, you know, you get what you get. And I love Elton John just the same. And yes, there will be an album ranking as soon as I can finally get myself together to go through all those albums that I don't know. The One, Made in England, Leather Jackets, Breaking Hearts, just The Diving Board, Wild Crazy Evening, or whatever that last one was. Yeah, all that shit. So anyway, thank you everybody who watches these videos. Thank you for everybody who subscribes. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, please. And if you do subscribe, consider ringing the bell, because then you can get notifications. And, comment and tell me what your favorite songs are from these records and what matchups you would have chosen. And, yeah, like and all that kind of good stuff. And shout out to Ralph Vieira, a.k.a. Dr. Fuck of the Almost Human channel, because he's the guy who started the whole track versus track thing, and he was very cool when I asked him for his blessing for me to rip off his idea. I salute him. And all right, come back on Thursday, because Crystal Durant and Tommy Von Voigt are going to be here, and we are going to be doing our wrap-up episode for our Singles of the Year series. Yeah, our Singles of the Year series is coming to a close, and we have a wrap-up episode. It's an hour-long episode, and it's a fun, rollicking time, and you don't want to miss it. So I will see you then. Bye-bye.